చూడు వేడి ఇక్కడ పెట్టుకో, ఇది పెట్టుకో, ఇక్కడ స్టాండ్ అలా కొంచెం సైడ్కి, ఇది కాదు ఇదే పెట్టుకో, ఇక్కడ పెట్టుకో, ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ పెట్టి ఇదే రాదు కదా, పెట్టి ఒకసారి చూడు. ఒకసారి పెట్టు, ఇక్కడ పెట్టు. ఉంటావా? వాటర్ బాటిల్ ఏమైనా పెట్టుకుంటావా? వాటర్ బాటిల్ ఏమైనా పెట్టుకుంటావా? నాకు పెట్టారండి అమ్మ, మళ్ళీ నేను
లైవ్ లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసి ఓకే ఒకసారి ఓపెన్ చేయండి. లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసి గ్రూప్లో లింక్ పెట్టండి. ఎఫ్టీ లేదు దాంట్లో ఓపెన్ చేస్తాను. అది నువ్వు రిజిస్టర్ చేయాలి. ఎవరో పర్లేదా
మేడం? ఎవరు కాల్ వచ్చింది? పర్లేదా?
ఎవరిది కాల్ మరి ఎలాగ వస్తుంటే ఎవరు అయితే పర్వాలేదు. చిట్టుబుజ్జని డాక్టర్ సార్
వస్తుంది కదా?
అసలు పడలేదు. పంపించు. నేనా నువ్వు పెట్టే, నేను చెప్పాను హాట్ ఎయిర్ అని. చెన్నయ్య
సార్ అది దగ్గర కూర్చుంటే కదా
చరణ్య చూడు, ఫోన్ వేడైపోద్ది, చూసుకో. ఎంత వేడిగా వస్తుంది తెలుసా? హాట్
అక్కడ వేడిగా ఉంది.
తెలియదు. దానికి ఏమైనా ట్రై చేస్తాను.
స్టాండ్ పెట్టి అక్కడ
introduce our resource person, Dr. B. Raghunath, sir, Deputy General Manager, Marketing, Chetna Cement Corporation Private Limited, Vishakhapatnam.
Thank you, madam. All the dignitaries, respected dignitaries, all those who are present in the hall. Good afternoon to all our. It's my privilege to introduce the eminent key person for today's session, Dr. Raghunath Bolsinghi. He's completed his bachelor degree in civil engineering from SRPR Engineering College, Bhimavaram, affiliated in Andhra University. At the same time, MTech completed in geotechnical engineering from JNTU, Kakinada. After that, PhD completed from the Andhra University in Geoengineering Department. Then Sir was fellow of the Indian Institute of Engineers and Chartered Engineer India, organized by the Indian Institute of Engineers, and lifetime member of Indian Council Institute, Vijayawada chapter. And Sir was life member in Association of Consulting Civil Engineers India, ACC. And coming to the Sir field experience, it's very eminent experience in the fields. During Sir working tenure associated with the predominant multinational companies, the previous Ultratech Cement Limited and L&T ECC Division and Panjaloint Limited and Mitas Infra Limited and SS Constructions. Sir was completed so many of the projects, the major projects in road expansion projects in NHI and high-rise residential projects and housing projects as a site execution and power plant construction projects also.
Meeting.
The present Sir was currently engaged with the Chetna Cement Corporation Private Limited as a DCM in Andhra Pradesh, Odisha as well as the Chhattisgarh. Sir was looking after 3 states as a DCM. And in addition that, Sir was more industrial exposure as well as having passion in the field of academics also. Sir was delivered more than 54 guest lectures on various topics on concrete technology, building materials and construction practices, the quality assurance at sites and danger service as the extension examiner for conducting the vivas of the students of civil engineering as well as BTech as well as the MTech also. And Sir, very much interest not only for the industrial experience, very much interest in the academics also. Sir was completed 5 number of paper published in different international and national journals, UGC as well as the SCI, Springer and international journals also. Generally, the industrial persons not interested in the academics, but Sir was very much interested in the academics also. In Sir was guided in students 12 dissertations and case studies on latest concrete products and industrial main projects for the students of MTech and BTech students. Sir was organized and participated more than 12 international and national conferences and seminars. An American Quality Assurance Certified Lead Auditor for conducting the industrial quality management studies, audits. And Sir was DNV GR Certified Trainer for industrial safety standards. And as an industrial expert nominated as DOS committee member for Aditya Engineering College, Orapalam in East Godavari district. Sir was completed 8 certified courses from Harvard Business Published Corporate Learning. Then Sir was very expert in the quality assessment and quality control and operations for the most prestigious and unique civil engineering projects like Bharatmala and Express Highways under the National Highway Authority of India. This is regarding about the introduction of our eminent person for this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. With this brief introduction, I would like to invite Dr. B. Raghunath to deliver his
First of all, a grand good afternoon to one and all who are present over here. And let me extend my warm thanks to ITEM management for giving me this wonderful opportunity to participate in your 1 week faculty development program. And I would like to thank personally HOD sir, Professor Dinkaran sir. Actually, this is the first time we are meeting, but we are having a close association. Apart from the offline, online I have given 1-2 lectures, and sir is very interactive person. And I would like to extend my gratitude to Vani ma'am for following up with the schedule. And thanks to B.V. Reddy sir for arranging a good vehicle and comfortable journey to reach your campus. And G.V.R. Naidu, Professor G.V.R. Naidu here also took me to very grand lunch. And I can say it is a very tough task for the forenoon session lectures. Definitely the presenter and the attendees also, it is a tough task, but definitely I will try my level best to seek your attention. And moreover, I would like to thank Professor Govindra sir for the brief introduction. With this, actually, I would tell the team, the participants who are present in this seminar hall. Actually, I am a core industrial expert. I am having more than 23 years of service in the various industries. But I used to, as mentioned in the introduction, I am very keen on focusing on my academics also. So that is the reason I used to categorize my time to invest on these sessions. Though I am not a very renowned or very well acquainted speaker like your eminent professors in your college, just treat me as an industrial expert. So I will go through not theoretical, as what I learned in industry and what you upcoming engineers will what your contribution to the industry. So that is my main motto of this session. And once again, I would like to thank one and all and seeking your attention to go through the presentation. So once again, welcome all. Today, my presentation deeply correlated with the value-added concept. So now the latest terminology is being used in the civil industry. Earlier we used to know in textbooks PCC and RCC. These are all concepts. But how, with respect to the competition world, what is the best products we can give serve to the customer or to the nation? That plays a major role, and that gives a unique identity of an individual engineer or in a company. Like I'm working with Chittanadu, so I have to give some specialized products to the customers, which they feel their requirement will be well satisfied with the tailor-made products what we manufacture from the factory. So that's what we call it as value-added concept. What the value with respect to quality, with respect to service, with respect to price. These are all called as a value-added concrete to the end user. So value-added concrete, an aspect of application and performance based. Earlier means any structure one we want to construct, whether it may be a non-structural or structural. So we used to use cement. We don't know what is the application, whether the cement is used for is advantage here or not. So simply we use cement. So what is the products need the structure basis on the application and the product performance. That is my major outline of my presentation today. So next. Today content of today's presentation is it visible to you? So history of concrete and the revolution in concrete industry, then transformation of concrete to meet the structural concrete requirements. Why? Because earlier, as you know, typically we take the coastal Andhra, we don't have much high-rise structures, like 5 floors, 6 floors. But now the structural requirement has gone up to 30, 40 floors. Even you can see recently in Vijayawada, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's statue is a height of 152 feet and plus 34 feet of the foundation. So the next level of structural concrete requirements and structural applications in the products, advantage of materials. What the material plays a major role for getting a good quality product. Then the one QTC triangle principle. It is just for your shifting your attention to this QTC case study on one low cost housing project which was built in a 1 week. Within a 1 week span, we can build a small building. And then what is the poor workmanship and bad construction practices, which affects basically the quality of the end product. And innovative concrete products, which is our major thing, to mitigate this poor workmanship. What the innovative concrete products will help to get the good quality product. And 10 C's, as we are a civil engineering, the C, the 10 C's of concrete and the concrete.
Yeah.
Concrete, Portland cement, invented by Joseph Aspidin. Might be all aware of this. In 1824, he invented the material. It is called a cement. He has put it as a cement. But when the cement gets hardened, he noticed that a rock available in Portland, the resemblance of cement, hardened cement, and the rock is same. So he just kept a name Portland. But the Portland is the name place in England. It is not any chemical form. The Portland is a place in England where a huge mine of natural stone is there that resembles the and the finish of the cement. What he has identified a product called cement, so he has put it as Portland cement. Then it came to ordinary Portland cement, Portland Pozzolana cement, Portland slag cement, like that. It turned to its shape. Then later, relation between strength. He has only invented the cement, but how we can get a good grade of concrete, or later what is the hydration. Actually, hydration plays a major role for getting our cement to get initial setting and final setting time to get this time. So later, that was invented by Mr. Powers. So as coming to the industry, cement is the major man-made material in the entire universe. It took the consumption, classically consumption, second place. Food industry is the number one in the entire universe. The food, man-made food is going, as you know, all we like, even my kids, everywhere I am going to house from office, immediately they will take Zomato, they will order for KFC. So like that, the food industry is the number one place in terms of consumption. Then the next place is cement and concrete. So in general, structures are built to function at that period. Actually, while we are taking up the design aspect, we will design, okay, this building or this structure will stand for at least 70 to 80 years. So that is called the basic life cycle, service life or life cycle of a building. That is 70 to 90 years. But it is now because of the poor workmanship or because of the acquainted, skilled manpower, the quality of the products or the workmanship deteriorated, and I cannot say in the forum, but it is not touching 30 years, 30 to 40 years. You can see an old apartment, age of 40, 50 years, it will be totally under dilapidated condition. Until unless it has to be attended for the rehabilitation and rectification. If it is not there, if it is in 30, 40 years. But whereas in our ancient monuments, like even place Vizag, King George Hospital, Collectorate Office, and even I am basically from Rajahmundry. Still, I used to stop my vehicle and I used to check any crack developed in the first bridge which built by Britishers. But till there is not even a single crack is there. But because of the safety guidelines of the Indian Railways, the movement on the bridge will stop. Not because of the doubting the strength of this structure. So at that time, the quality consciousness and the workmanship and the abundant availability of the labor who knows to deal with the execution side of project, they are very knowledge, so that structures are given a good importance to build like this. Then actually the predicting the service life of structure is depends upon so many factors: quality control, quality assurance, and external factors like temperature and your seismic zones, and all these things which may influence the service life of the structure. So experience at one time. Later on, only picture slides are there. Just I am giving an introduction, then I will go through the. So as we discussed, concrete is nothing but it's a combination of cement, water, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, and admixtures. Each material plays an important role, and each material will contribute to the concrete for getting with respect to strength, with respect to durability, and with respect to giving the service life of the building. What are all the factors which we have to take into consideration before designing a mixed design or before executing a project? What is variety of type of material? Which type of material is needed? Because as Vizag, all coastal zone, marine zone, the chloride content is more in the soil, which we cannot extract out, and which we cannot, at least as I worked in national highways, we used to dig entire the soil, and we used to dump from borrow some soil from filling it, but which we cannot do. To impact or to restrict the chloride effect, we will go for slag cement, not of OPC. Like that, what type of material is required? Then mix proportion, whether you are going with side mix, putting a miller over at site and manual mixing and batching. So it is ready mix concrete or whatever Ajax, some different process, or the environmental effect. As I am saying, our Vizag or some these areas, even Vijayawada, when we construct the Amaravati, AP High Court and all these projects, the temperature is ambient temperature touches more than 45 degrees. So at that time, what is the precautions to take for to ensure the temperature of the concrete is well within the limits? What are the construction practices? Target object of concrete. What is your target object? Nowadays, we used to design in a commercial role. If a project requires M25, to get the commercialized product, we used to market, sir, we will give M25, we will give you M40, which it does not require. So, what are the target objective? If we have to maintain these factors, then following properties will be well defined: the strength, workability, cohesion, and durability. If any one of the factors got sacrificed or unattended, then definitely some of the properties may get damaged. Next. So, the position of construction industry. Earlier we used to know, as we can see, our grandfather days, we used to stay in these houses only, which is a load bearing. Simply they will no clip beams, no nothing, simple lifting the wall, brick wall over that, they will construct a roof. That is then came to frame structure. Still, the 40% of the industry is here in this stage only. It is a typical footing, columns, plinth beam, again columns, first floor slab, and it is symmetric structure. Then industry has turned to monolithic construction. Monolithic construction means the high-rise structures, and I'll explain in detail. Okay, next. So with the process or the execution practices, the manufacturing concrete also turns a phase, which earlier site mix, then people are using ready mix concrete very adequately, and then precast concrete. In future, most of the structures, now the percent is only, I can say 12 to 15% of the industry is in this segment because of some various constraints handling the precast members and elements. So if that has been mitigated, then definitely the precast will change entire civil engineering pattern. Next. So this is a typical ready mix concrete plant. Anyone has visited any RMC plants in your curriculum? You don't know about RMC, ready mix plant. Pardon? Okay, I'll interact with Dinakaran sir, and I'll arrange a visit to your plant visit of nearby in Vizag and nearby in Srikakulam. So this is the typical, the silos is for to store the cement, which is moisture and environmental protected iron silos, and this to screw conveyor, it is the main mixture, it will get, and these are the raw material bins, 10 mm, 20 mm river sand, and this is the mixer chamber, and aggregate cement admixture will be coming to this dispensers to the batch central mixer, and then it will load into the transit mixture. Yeah. So as I discussed the revolution, what is the revolution in the industry, construction industry? Now, what are all the infra projects or what are all the real estate segment? What the major factors affecting their working procedures are due to real estate boom. As you know, now the real estate is always in a boom. The well-known example is in Hyderabad, Kokapet. We have seen Kokapet 10 years before. It was nothing. Now, when you drive to Kokapet or Nanakramguda area of Hyderabad, anyone is from Hyderabad, definitely you get a neck pain after driving half an hour by seeing the structures. So that was the change. So the new higher buildings are coming up everywhere with a huge competition. So that competition is making builders or infra developers to complete the projects at a faster pace. So if I am a builder, I would say proudly in Srikakulam I have constructed 20 floors. Immediately next month one builder will announce I will construct 25 floors. But the gap, they are going under pressure to marketize the things, not to the giving the adherence to the quality parameters. Next. The Indian construction industry earlier and now. It is a simple basic chart like what you study in your college. So earlier stage it is a low demand for construction, low government spending on infrastructure and housing. Earlier it was not there. But you can see before from last 20-25 years, even central government and state government are well focused on this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, like some projects they are developing, and they are very focusing to their target is by 2050 every Indian citizen family having their own house. That is the concept. So availability of land is there earlier. Now even you can see in Vizag there is no new land is available. If you want to construct, you have to dismantle the existing one and then you have to do. So shortage of cement earlier. But now almost all I can say from cement industry, close to 5 to 600 million tons production is available in India. All the A, B class company cement manufacturers, few contractors, and not much significant for faster competition. Earlier there is no time limit, nothing easy like that it was done. But now government is spending, even we are facing a shortage, surplus cement production is high, shortage of skilled and unskilled, and this presentation is, this slide is running for me from 2000, I can say 14 or 15, but I have to mention after Corona, it was badly affected. Now people are coming, migrating from other places to work here. So the skill set of manpower is placed in a major bottleneck for this cement construction industry. Technologies, adequate technologies, latest trends are there. Computerized structure, computer-aided structural designs are there. So these are all, now the industry has changed from the old phase to the new phase. Next. All are okay with English, no?
Yes, sir.
My mother tongue is Telugu. If you understand, I can proceed.
The English.
So present trend, what is the present trend going in construction industry? Modern structures, tall and slender thin walls. You can see modern structures means Attila Ambani's house. I hope we can see it in a Google. So that is the modern structure. In that the case, at center of the height, there will not be any pillars. It is just a over projection, and above that, almost 13 floors has been built. So tall and slender thin wall, only wall. It is a load-bearing structures. Then designed for higher stress and constructed at a faster pace. These four are the predominantly now moving the industry into the construction field. Next. So makeover of concrete properties as per the structural concrete and need requirements. Actually earlier nobody has given any attention on the strength part. Why? Because there is no machinery available. Till it is happening in site mixes, they will put the slab with 50 members of manpower, they will put the slab, but they don't even cast a single cube. They don't know whether the structure has attained the strength or not. Still it is happening. So high strength concrete, then high performance concrete. So strength and performance, both are different words and different meanings. So the performance is the application based product. For which application, what performance is required. We will go through. And now even after the high performance is being done for next level R&D, and now ultra high performance concrete is going. So all metros, railways, all elevated structures. In ultra high performance, there is no porous aggregate. They will design M60 with only binder and cement paste content with microsilica, cement and other supplementary cementitious material. Next. So this is the phase as we gone through: normal concrete, standard, high strength, high performance, ultra high, and a special concrete for structural application. Next. So in general, what our model practices are our general requirement. Normal concrete is up to M20. But even the coastal zones, now the IS 456, I hope 2010 revision, it clearly says if it is a marine or it is a coastal zone, M20 is also treated as plain cement concrete. Plain cement concrete is up to M15 as per IS 456, but 456 new revision, it says when we are doing concrete underwater or marine or coastal zones, M20 should be treated as PCC, not used for offshore. High strength concrete, M40 and above. High performance concrete are blended concrete. So blended means cement can be replaced with fly ash, cement can be replaced with slag, like this blended concrete. Then because this blended property gives the performance of the concrete. The next value added concretes for application. For which purpose we need concrete? For that we can produce the tailor-made product in special concretes. Next. Yeah, high strength and high performance. As I already explained to you, it is important to note that high strength and high performance concretes are not one and the same, and they are not synonyms. Both are having their individual property and individual performance criteria to act the requirement to the product or structural design. As high strength concrete, we can solely define high strength concrete. You can blindly can say it is related to the strength. So at the age of 28 days, what the strength we attain, that shows the parameter of high strength. So in general, M40 and M50, we get a strength at the age of 28 days, irrespective of what is the design. Whether you made the design with pure OPC or blended concrete, if a concrete attained strength, compressive strength at the age of 28 days, then we decide it is a high strength concrete. Later M60, M100 also, they have designed high strength concrete basis on the high rise building and long span bridges in many parts of the world. High performance concrete. As I told you, high performance concrete is a concrete designed to meet the specific requirements, not of strength. They won't tell service about the strength part of the concrete what we design. It only specifically tells about the workability, durability, and even strength is required. Nominal strength. Whether you can design the high performance concrete for M60 and M70, though we require the ultimate strength and with this additionally workability and durability. So this concrete contains one or more cementitious material, which silica, microsilica, GGBS, slag and fly ash, and a superplastic. Plastizer is nothing but your water retarder, so that we can design. Because can anybody say what is as per the code, what is the maximum cement content OPC? Can we use it for a 1 cubic meter of concrete? I am like you 30 years back. Okay, nothing to worry, just anybody. You can remember me when you are attempting your any government exams, and this is the compulsory bit. That 450 kg per cubic meter is the standard for usage of cement in any grade. But we can use M10 450 kg, and for M100 also 450 kg. How can you get? If a concrete or a mixed design of M15, we are allowed to use 450 kg. Blindly the strength will come. The same 450 kg content for M100. Is it possible? So that is performance based product. Next. Types of cement, as I mentioned, blended cements, because our today topic is covers around the blended cements and our durability and performance concrete. So OPC, ordinary Portland cement, as per IS 269. OPC, when blended with mother of cements, all cements is ordinary Portland cement. When OPC blended with fly ash within a limit of 33%, that is called PPC. That is IS 1489, and OPC plus GGBS gives Portland slag cement. One more interesting factor is fly ash and GGBS. Fly ash is a byproduct from the NTPC thermal power plant after burning of coal. So lot of pollution is happening. You can see when you are going to Parwada or NTPC, 1 kilometer ahead you can see, sense okay, we are near to the power plant. So to utilize that end product or byproduct or waste product, we can use 33%. So that now the industry also, which I didn't cover in that slide in my presentation, there is a carbon footprint is there. So now greenhouse council is there. So they are all putting pressure on the cement manufacturers to manufacture more of these two than others. And even now the latest product code IS 16415 says OPC, fly ash, GGBS, these three can also be used for a single grade of concrete. Next. Yeah, advance of blended concrete. You can see this figure 1. This is Portland cement, and you can see this is an one microscopic picture. You just convert it into your understandable picture. The lot of gaps, voids are there. This is with only pure cement. Then we can use the supplementary cementitious products. A simple equation: when cement gets react with water, మీరు అందరూ కూడా నార్మల్ కన్సిస్టెన్సీ చేసి ఉంటారు కదా ల్యాబ్లో. నేను అది ఒకటే చేసినాను ల్యాబ్లో టైం పాస్. సో జనరల్గా 28% వాటర్ ఇస్తేనే కానీ సిమెంట్ ఏమవుదు పేస్ట్ కింద ఫామ్. ఆ పేస్ట్ ఫామ్ అయింది అంటే ఏంటి అని అంటే దాంట్లో ఉన్న ఫైనర్ కంటెంట్ వాటర్తో కలిసి మీకు ఆ ఫార్మేషన్ గ్రీన్ పేస్ట్ ఇచ్చింది, అంతేకాదు. సో when OPC, pure OPC, when gets contact with water, reaction ఏమవుతుంది మీ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో చూడొచ్చు. మన మమ్మీ గారి దాంట్లో ఉంటుంది CaOH twice plus CSH gel, కాల్షియం సిలికా హైడ్రేటెడ్ జెల్. ఆ జెల్లే మన పేస్ట్. సో ఈ CaOH twice ఏదైతే ఉందో అది ఫ్రీ లైన్. ఆ ఫ్రీ లైన్ ఏమవుతుందంటే మీరు కొంత మన ఓల్డ్ 30-40 బిల్డింగ్స్ ప్యూర్ ఓపీసీ సిమెంట్ చేసి చూస్తే మీకు స్లాబ్ల కింద వైట్ కలర్ ప్యాచెస్ వస్తాయి. ఎప్పుడు అబ్జర్వ్ మన తాత వాళ్ళ ఇంటికి లేదా ఓల్డ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరైనా ఇంటికి వెళ్తే వీ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్ ఎ వైట్ ప్యాచెస్ బినీత్ ది స్లాబ్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఫ్రీ లైన్, అన్రియాక్టివ్ లైన్. సో అన్రియాక్టివ్ లైన్ ని మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే వీ షుడ్ కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ పొజిలోనా మెటీరియల్ by adding the supplementary cementitious material, and it will convert that line to reactive line. So దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ సెకండ్ ఏదైతే ఫ్రీ లైన్ ఉందో అది మళ్ళీ కూడా కనెక్ట్ అవి ఇట్ విల్ కన్వర్ట్ దట్ ఇంటూ ది సెకండ్ జనరేషన్ జెల్. ఆ జెల్తో ఇక్కడ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి ఫారెస్ట్, వేరే వీ కెన్ సీ వెరీ మైన్యూట్. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మేజర్ అడ్వాంటేజ్. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, వెన్ యూ టచ్ ప్యూర్ ఓపీసీ యూ కెన్ ఫీల్, మన థంబ్ రూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, మన ఫింగర్ తోటి ఫైన్ గ్రైన్ అవ్వకూడదు అవి. సో ఈ హీట్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రేషన్ అనేది ఓపీసీలో ఇట్ విల్ బి మోర్. When blended, the heat of hydration will be reduced. Once the heat of hydration gives the reduction, it then definitely your workability will increase. Then better coziness of fresh car. Next. So we can see compressor strength pattern after 28 days also. OPC and PSC combination of OPC plus combination blended cement. But whereas 28 days, our target mean strength FCK plus 4.64 standard deviation. So 100% at the age of 28 days we will attain. Research 90 days. The strength we attain 19% more or 119%. It has given 127. Whereas 360 days, 1 year later, the OPC is given 135%. Whereas molecular reaction between the particles, years together, would have blended cement well out. So then only any crack formation, anything, a gel. ఏదైతే ఉందో దట్ విల్ సెల్ఫ్ కాంక్రీట్ లో. వేరే వన్ మోర్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే సెల్ఫ్ హీలింగ్ ప్రాపర్టీ. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ బ్లెండెడ్ సిమెంట్ వల్ల వీ కెన్ అటైన్ అవర్ డ్యూరబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్. సో బెనిఫిట్స్ ఆఫ్ బ్లెండెడ్ హార్డనింగ్ blended cement on hardened concrete. As you see, the refined pore sizes are minimized, dense structure. Once the voids or air voids, entrapped air comes out from the concrete, it will have dense and cohesive, reducing leaching. We discussed and improved resistance to corrosion because the plastic coat, whatever the coat formation or the reinforcement, are basis on the liquid. That is means our CHF gel loan. Then durability of structure, dry shrinkage will be low because of low heat of hydration. Initial heat layer మీకు ఎర్లీ శ్రింకేజ్, డ్రై శ్రింకేజ్, ఎర్లీ శ్రింకేజ్, ప్లాస్టిక్ శ్రింకేజ్, హెయిర్ లైన్ క్రాక్స్ అనేది రావు. యూటిలైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ అవర్ అన్రియాక్టివ్ లైన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దాన్ని మనం యూటిలైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. క్లోరైడ్, సల్ఫేట్ అండ్ ఇట్ రెడ్యూసెస్ ఆల్కే సిలికా reaction because alkali silica reaction is majorly from our aggregates which we are using. మనం మైన్ అయితే మార్చలేము కదా, we cannot change the raw material, but we can change the cement properties. And finally, use of industrial wastes and environmental hazardous material. As we discussed about fly ash, anyone says where is the GGBS comes? Steel. Very good. Steel plant. It is molten slag. After 1400 degrees centigrade లో దాన్ని హీట్ చేసి చూస్తాను టీవీలో, అలా జస్ట్ లావాలాగా వెళ్ళినప్పుడు దాని పైన ఏదైతే మోల్టన్ స్లాగ్ ఉంటుందో దాన్ని అంతా సెపరేట్ చేసి దాన్ని పౌడర్ చేసి ఇస్తారు. నెక్స్ట్ ఫ్లై యాష్ కి జీవీఎస్ కి కూడా ఆ పొజలానిక్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. Durability, simple definition of durability of structure is period that attains above the standard life cycle as we discussed. But durability is the sense we have designed a strength, we have designed like okay layman like civil engineers కింద కాకుండా okay ఒక హ్యూమన్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఒక 70 years అనుకుంటే without is having any surgeries, without having any medication, without having any disruption in his health, if he sustained to live at least for 80 years, the 10 years period what he has attained more is called the durability. So coming apply the same logic into the concrete. We have designed a structure for 70 years or 40 years or 50 years and we have taken enough care during execution, during designing, during commissioning, and after that also every 2 years, 3 years it requires. Building always gives some what you can say కొన్ని మనకి ఎక్స్పోజ్ చేస్తుంటుంది, దాన్ని మనం గ్రాస్ప్ చేయాలి. కొన్ని ఏంటంటే క్రాక్స్ రావడం, లేకపోతే కొద్దిగా పెయింట్ డల్ అవడం, సో ఇలాంటివన్నీ కూడా we have to notice and we have to give some rehabilitation. If the attains a more whatever the life cycle of the building, that period over and above life cycle period is called durability of the structure. Next. Yeah, how to make concrete durable? What these are some basics as and design requirements while we are designing of concrete, model requirement and site requirements, performances is nothing but your slump cone test, cube curing, cube compressor strength, ACT, accelerated curing time test, and all NDT tests and logistics requirements, mixing, loading, transportation. How you are going to mix it? This is scientifics are getting from batch and brand. And how you are transportation. Because all RMC plants in scientifics they won't use for admixture. Simply they put just చూస్తుంటే వాడు ఒక ఏదో సన్ఫ్లవర్ ఆయిల్ డబ్బా కట్ చేసి దాంతో వాటర్ యాడ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. సో మనకి స్ట్రెంగ్త్ రావాలి అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద బేసిక్ ప్రికాషన్ అండ్ ది వాటర్ సిమెంట్ రేషియో. సో వాటర్ సిమెంట్ రేషియో అంటే ఇఫ్ యూ సే యాజ్ పర్ కోడ్ M20 300 kgs 0.5 is the water cement ratio అంటే 150 liters వాటర్ ఇవ్వాలి ఖచ్చితంగా. అప్పుడే ఇట్ విల్ అటైన్ ఇన్ ఆల్ పారామీటర్స్ లైక్ వర్కబిలిటీ, డ్యూరబిలిటీ అండ్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్. వాడు 150 ఇస్తాడా కాస్ట్ పైన వరే మీడియానికి ఇది కొద్దిగా లూజ్ చేయి, కొద్ది టైట్ చేయి. సో ద మిక్సింగ్ అండ్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ప్లేస్ ద మేజర్ రోల్. మనకు 50% ఇక్కడ కంట్రోల్ తీసుకుంటే అసలు ఇంత సెమినార్లు, ఇంత లెక్చర్లు, ఇంత రీహాబిలిటేషన్లు, నాన్ డిస్ట్రక్టివ్ ట్రీట్మెంట్లు అక్కర్లేదు. Coming during concreting, while we are placement, temperature conditions around the finishing and curing, and post concreting, de-shuttering, stripping time, and any extra surfaces chipping. Simple, I would suggest just put it as thumb rule. Don't allow for any mechanical machines to chip or to grind. It should be on hand. Next, because ఎందుకంటే ఆఫ్టర్ కాస్టింగ్ we will remove the shuttering in general 1 day 24 hours. We will see అదే జస్ట్ కొంచెం ప్రొజెక్షన్ వచ్చింది లేదా అలైన్మెంట్ చిన్న ఇదైందంటే ఇమీడియట్ గా దే విల్ పంచ్ ది కాంక్రీట్. సో మనకి వై గివెన్ ఎ బేసిక్ 7 days రూల్ ఎందుకు? వై టు నో అట్లీస్ట్ it is converting from plastic stage to hardened state and green stage to the final setting state. అంటే 7 days లోపు it is nothing but a baby. జనరల్ గా ఎవరైనా మీ రిలేటివ్స్ లో చూస్తే బేబీస్ పుట్టిన వెంటనే ఇంక్యుబేషన్ లో పెడతారు ఒక 2 days because to maintain the temperature of the mother's womb. Immediately when a baby came out into this world, they'll put it in incubation to maintain the temperature, artificial incubation. Like that, so voids form it will give a major impact. When the next level load comes onto it, it simply scraps. Next. So, as we all know, as the cement, when society civil engineering and cement that we have gone through from last 30 years. So, cement is our food of thought, our food for getting our daily bread and butter. So, as you know, cement is a blinding material with cement content. Of voids existing in the fine aggregate and makes it aggregates madhya edaithe gaps unnaya gaps lo cheli it will fill and acts. Our concrete is impermeable and it binds aggregate into solid mass. It provides strength to concrete setting and hardening. Next. So, structural applications in the building projects. Innovative construction techniques. I am going to precast elements, monolithic construction, RMD proof technology for mass housing, rapid monolithic disaster proof. Okay. So, as I told you in my third or fourth slide, RMC industry is now turning into precast. So, if that is gone successful, then there is nothing to do. We can have our drawing is ready and we can give our drawing to the building. Precast foundation strength comes from Steel. Good. Compressive strength is from concrete. That is the reason it is called as reinforced cement concrete. So it does not require any curing at site because curing has been done for 28 days there and they will manufacture. They will shift to your site. Can be erected in a day and require less excavation and soil disruption. And they usually cast in square or rectangle. What is it now? Earlier it is a whatever aesthetic requirement or aesthetic shape, they are ready to give you that shape. So these are all the some of the precast elements. So simply they are fixing the piers and columns. This is footing along with the column, first level column, and these are all bridges, girders. These are all the precast girders and our framed structure. You can see the projections. Simply they will come and they will fix your level of beams. This is footing, first level column, second level, third level, fourth level. And this is your even water tanks, everything. Next. Load bearing walls are the main walls and lift core walls to fix the lifts inside, and non-load bearing walls is our partition walls. It will be non-load bearing, these are load bearing, and even retaining walls. Whatever the elements mentioned in civil engineering books, we can design with the precast thickness. Even staircases, fixing of staircase, overhead tanks, and even your load bearing wall fixing, even some architectural also. Now, if you want a design, you want some any picture on that surface, they will design. Even septic tanks, sewage treatment tanks, everything, it is under now precast. So, monolithic construction. Next, precast to monolithic. Monolithic construction means a simple definition. I don't go to these details. What is a monolithic construction? You are doing construction on a regular conventional model, and why you are using monolithic? Monolithic is nothing but once we are designed to cast this entire walls and slab, it is a technique to start with slab and to finish the entire structure like your slab, beams, walls in a single shot. There will not be any gap in pouring the concrete into the element. That gives a cohesive and monolithic. Each and everywhere when you can cut a core, the core has to give the parameters and equal intervals to establish our concrete quality is good. That is called monolithic construction. Once the concrete starts, under any circumstances, it should not be leave in the middle, it should complete in a single one stretch. So this is aluminum. For that require various shuttering schematics programs or various. Earlier we used to have our wooden planks. So because why we cannot design with wooden planks? We can design, but actually for this specific requirement, you just imagine you have to start the slab. First you have to fill the. You just imagine you are doing a work. So you are filling this one. So for a regular conventional concrete, is it assured whether the concrete is gone up to the bottom? May I know what is the height of wall of concrete? It is there in concrete technology, MS Shetty. What is the height allowed to pour a concrete? Exactly, that's all. 1.5 meter. So you can see this is almost 2.5 meter. So is your conventional concrete is ready to take that requirement of falling from 1.5 meter? No. For that we require a self-compacting concrete. I'll cover. So for that, this monolithic construction, once the aluminum formwork, this Doka staging, what we call as a technical word. So with this, we will start with a staircase and we will fill the entire slab, wall and slabs. So you can see. At a stretch, we will finish and same symmetric shuttering of aluminum formwork will lift and will finish the second. So this is called monolithic construction. So as I told, quality, time and cost, just to from subject to just play like you can think. These are the basic triangle for every civil engineer to adopt in the site. What is the logic or principle is, you are having three parameters. One is quality, time and cost. You can imagine after going to your house, you can just think and you can play. Only two parameters will match. And the third parameter will not match or you have to sacrifice. For an example, you want a quality building, okay, and you are ready to wait for any time. How much time? Actually, general 6 months, but you want a quality building means it requires quality of raw material, it requires quality of manpower, it requires quality of supervision, it requires quality of execution team or manpower. So for that I am ready, I will wait for time. Then definitely you have to lose your cost will increase. Your design, okay, na building okay, 2 lakhs avutadi. But if you want these two, it will go up to 5 lakhs. And you can save well, you can save time and cost. అరే నాకు టైం లేదు, నేను ఎంత కాస్ట్ అన్నా పెడతాను, ఐఎమ్ రెడీ, బట్ యువర్ క్వాలిటీ like that. It is a quality QTC triangle. I learned it in the first introduction class in L&D is this one. We want these three. To get these three, now our value-added concretes has came and given justification. No, these three vertices of a triangle can be dotted and we can dry. Okay, that will that case study of technology mass housing, low cost housing project in Bangalore, construction cycle of 1 year. So actually theory part are completed. So I want to go through the sites so that you can have a more and more clarity and you can have an idea how the product is performing at the sites. So day 1, they have started excavation. Day 2, they have planned, their trimming, everything was done. Day 2, they have poured the PCC and reinforcement and shuttering also. Day 2. Day 3 and 4, wall and slab reinforcement with the aluminum shuttering. They have done for wall, slabs, everything by leaving the spaces of doors and ventilators, everything. So, day 4, they have given a outsketch of the structure. So, day 4, pouring of concrete and finishing and curing. Just they have poured, and once it started, it should be finished in a single shot and single spread. They have concreted and curing also done. Even you can see the days also there, but it is not visual, clearly it is not visible. Next, day 5, immediately they are de-shuttered. And you can ask me a question, sir, what about curing? But now in the market, it will assure at least a 10 days curing. After giving a curing of 10 days, what we attain this time, the curing compound is also placed the similar assignment to the structure. So day 6, fixing our doors and windows, electrical, plumbing, and finally handing our house to the painting. Total view of the project is almost 278 blocks. It is total self-compacting. Everyone choose a self-compacting concrete. Next. So, this is the latest. This is RMB technology. Ready-made buildings. And I can say definitely within next 10 years, not more than 10 years, like how we are placing orders in e-commerce portal, Flipkart, Amazon, same, we can order our house also. So this is the ready-made building. It is still under research and development process. Soon it will come. But till the plinth beam level, it is a standardized conventional method. From there, as per the drawing given, they will fix up the case in the sense reinforcement tie, and they will fix the, these are all movable shuttering on trains. So shuttering and pouring concrete and lifting the building, and we can put, actually నాకు photo miss అయింది. So this is actually a mock-up building done at Goa. So ready-made buildings also nothing. Precast లో మళ్ళీ మనకి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడం ఇవన్నీ, ఎందుకంటే ప్రీకాస్ట్ హ్యూజ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ చేయాలంటే రోడ్ కండిషన్స్ మీద కూడా మన ఎలిమెంట్ బ్రేక్ అవ్వకుండా వస్తుందా లేదా అనేది చిన్న అప్రహెన్షన్. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ రెడీమేడ్ బిల్డింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అనేది నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్. ద సేమ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఓన్లీ డ్యూరింగ్ ద పీక్ స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ కరోనా యూ కెన్ సీ China has constructed 100-bedded hospital in 7 days. Sorry, 1,000 bed. There is a news, 1,000-bedded hospital in 7 days they are constructed. Imagine in our Indian government, I don't want to claim anyone's this thing. To getting approval, it will get 7 months. To the day to pass on the approval various levels, but they constructed 100-bedded hospital in weekdays time. So, as we discussed, the probabilities, what are all the probabilities? Because one thing endante, just for your seeking, diverting attention, మనకి దేవుడు పైన ఎవరైతే సృష్టికర్త ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో ఆయన మెడికల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ చేసినప్పుడు ఈజ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఓకే, నా తర్వాత ఎవరైనా ఉంటే వీళ్ళే చేయగలరు అని దేవుడు he has given a good wisdom and everything to the doctor. When coming to civil engineering, సరే వీళ్ళు మనకే పోటీ వస్తారు, వీళ్ళు మనమే సృష్టించి చేస్తే వీళ్ళు ఇంకోటి సృష్టిస్తారని మనకు ఒకటి తప్పు చేశారు. ఏంటంటే ఈవెన్ when a patient comes to a hospital and even with the negligency or his pure health or anything, if the case fails, no one will ask the doctor why it has been failed. Even if they ask, simply wait for 1 hour, I'll get it post-mortem, I'll give you the report. That's there. But whereas civil engineers కి ఏంటంటే ఒక బిల్డింగ్ లో క్రాక్ వచ్చింది అని అనగానే ముందు ఇమీడియట్ గా అరే సిమెంట్ బాగాలేదని సిమెంట్ వేసుకుంటూ వస్తారు. సిమెంట్ నాది కాదు, అంటే స్టీల్ సరిగ్గా కట్టలేదంటే, అరే నేను స్టీల్ సరిగ్గా కట్టాను, షట్టరింగ్ పెట్టినోడు కవర్ బ్లాక్ పెట్టలేదంటే, నేను అన్ని పెట్టాను ఇది వైబ్రేటర్ పెట్టినప్పుడు ఊడిపోయింది అంటే. సో ఎక్కడ మనకి ఆ పోస్ట్ మార్టం జరగదు, రాదు. సో దట్ వాజ్ ఓన్లీ అన్లక్కీ యాజ్ వీఆర్ ఇన్ సివిల్ ఇంజనీర్స్ టు ఫేస్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఛాలెంజెస్ ఇన్ ది ఇండస్ట్రీ. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరు ఒప్పుకోడు, తప్పు నాది అని ఎవరు ఒప్పుకోడు. సిమెంట్ అంటాడు, వేసినోడు అంటాడు, స్టీల్ కట్టినోడు అంటాడు, షట్టరింగ్ పెట్టినోడు అంటాడు, కవర్ బ్లాక్ అంటాడు. ఇంకా అల్టిమేట్గా ఏదైనా ఉంటే ఇక్కడ అసలు వాటర్ తాగలేదు. ఎవడో అక్కడ అనామమైన వాచ్మెన్ అప్పచెప్తారు వాటర్ తాగమని, ఆడ మీద వస్తారు. సో ఇట్ ఈజ్ లైక్ మీకు చిన్నప్పుడు అంటే మీ రోజుల్లో మా రోజుల్లో చూస్తే సర్కస్ లో ఒక గ్లోబ్ లో సైకిల్ రైడర్ చేస్తాడు, అంటే ఆగితే పడిపోతుంది అంతే, దాన్ని కీప్ ఆన్ రొటేటింగ్. అదర్వైజ్ probabilities as after so much of research, errors in design, it may causes failure, improper selection of raw materials, poor workmanship and form of failure and improper site supervision. Next. So most important మన ఇంజన్ అంటే ఇందులో వచ్చిందంటే మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ మన అందరూ ఏమంటాం అంటే నీకు స్లాబ్ లేకపోతే బీమ్. ఎందుకంటే స్లాబ్ అంటే ఇట్స్ మాస్ ఏరియా, బీమ్స్ అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రేమ్ అండ్ లోడ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ అంతా నీకు బీమ్స్తోనే అవుతుంది. సో వేరేస్ కాలమ్స్ అని మీరు జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్, నేను నీళ్లు కట్టినప్పుడు అన్నా కాలమ్స్ వేసినప్పుడు ఎవరైనా వెళ్ళి విట్నెస్ చేశారా? మాకు సైట్లో కూడా కాలమ్స్ అంటే ఒక 3 loads వెహికల్ పంపించి కాలమ్స్ వేస్తారు. నో అటెన్షన్, నథింగ్, ఏమీ ఉండదు. అదే మీరు ఒక స్లాబ్ చేయండి, వాడు ఆ రోజు భోజనాలు పెడతాడు శామిని, విచ్ ఈస్ నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. సో కాలం ప్లేస్ ఏ మేజర్ వైటల్ రోల్. మనకు అసలు స్ట్రైట్గా ఉందా, అలైన్మెంట్ ఉందా, దాని మెయిన్ బార్ ఎక్కడుంది, దాని ల్యాబ్ స్లాబ్లో పెద్ద మీకు ల్యాబ్ లైన్స్ రావు. బట్ వేరే కాలంలో ల్యాబ్ లంగ్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, స్టాగర్డ్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా, కవర్ బ్లాక్ ఉందా లేదా, స్టిరప్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా, బెండ్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా, ఇవన్నీ ఎవరు నోటీస్. సో మేజర్ మనకి ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఆఫ్ బిల్డింగ్ కమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ కాలం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ బోర్ పడుతుందా? సో దిస్ వాజ్ ది రీజన్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ టేకింగ్ లోడ్ వన్ వి ఇది నా ఎల్ఎన్టీలో మీకు తెలిసిందే, వీఆర్ జస్ట్ డౌటెడ్ ఏ కాలం గాట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ గాట్ క్రాక్డ్. సో ఇది చూస్తే వీడు ఏం చేస్తుంది, రెయిన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్ కింగ్ కొట్టాడు, బికాస్ ఆడు అసలు అలైన్మెంట్ తప్పు. సో వన్స్ వేసాక మనం జరగలేము. సో దాన్ని నెమ్మదిగా వాడి కింద నుంచి ఇలా 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 అంటే నీకు స్ట్రైట్ బార్ కింద మనకి ఏంటంటే లక్కీగా దేవుడు అదే ఇంకొక అడ్వాంటేజ్ కూడా ఇచ్చాడు. యూ కెన్ ఇమాజిన్ మీరు ఏదైతే లోడ్స్ ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ ఒక హ్యూమన్ బాడీకి మీరు రిప్లికా చేసుకోవచ్చు. మీరు ఓవర్ హ్యాంగింగ్ స్లాబ్ బీమ్ ఉందని ఇలా పెట్టి యూ కెన్ స్ట్రెచ్ ఫర్ ఎవర్ ఎంతసేపు ఉంచగలవు. దట్ ఈస్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ స్టామినా, విచ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ యువర్ కాంక్రీట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ అండ్ యువర్ ఎబిలిటీ టు విత్స్టాండ్. సో లైక్ దట్ ఎనీథింగ్ మీరంతా కూడా మన ఫుటింగ్ అంటే పాదం. సో కాలం అంటే మన బేస్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సో ఇది బాగుంటేనే మీకు బయట మనం రీఫిలిపిల్ వేసినా ఏం వేసినా. సో అందుకని సో కాలం అనేది ప్లేస్ మేజర్. నెక్స్ట్ సో చూడండి ఇంత కాలమ్స్ యూ కెన్ ఇమాజిన్, విల్ ఇట్ టేక్ లోడ్. ఇదేంటంటే ఇంప్రాపర్. ఇదేంటంటే మనకి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఎనీబడి నోటీస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఫాల్ట్ హియర్? వెరీ గుడ్. వెరీ గుడ్. అంటే వాటర్ రేషియో కోహెసివ్ గా మిక్స్ లేదు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ యువర్ వర్కబుల్ కాంక్రీట్ కాదు. డన్ డన్. సెగ్రిగేషన్ గుడ్. బేసిక్ ఫస్ట్ రూలే అసలు 1.5 మీటర్ మిస్ చేసాడు. 1.5 మీటర్ జనరల్ ఏం చేయాలి అంటే కాలం క్యాష్ చేసినప్పుడు మీరు చూడండి కొన్ని గుడ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ కంపెనీస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎన్సిసి, ఎల్ఎన్టీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా దే విల్ పుట్ 1 మీటర్ హైట్ కొంచెం షట్టరింగ్ పెట్టి దాంట్లో పెట్టి నెక్స్ట్ 1 మీటర్ లెవెల్లో 1 అవర్ గ్యాప్ ఇచ్చి చేస్తుంది. సో దాన్ని ఏంటంటే స్లిప్ ఫామ్ వర్క్ అంటారు. గూగుల్లో కొట్టారు స్లిప్ ఫామ్ వర్క్. విత్ ఇన్ 2 hours వీ కెన్ లిఫ్ట్ ద టాప్. బట్ వీడు ఏం చేశాడు కింద వరకు వైబ్రేటర్ వెళ్ళలేదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ప్యాక్డ్ అండ్ తీసి మీరు ఏం చేస్తాడు రాత్రి మీరు అంటే ఇవన్నీ నన్ను అప్పుడు గుర్తు చేసుకోండి, ఇప్పుడు కాదు. సైట్లో ఏం చేస్తాడు ముందు మనకి ఇంకొక అడ్వాంటేజ్ కూడా ఇచ్చాడు. డాక్టర్ రోల్ తాతాలు ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి భయం వేస్తాడు, అవునా? ఎక్కడ పడిపోతా ఇవన్నీ జనరల్ పూర్ వర్క్మెన్షిప్. చూడు యాక్చువల్గా